Welcome back to my channel. I have got some serious cleaning motivation for you today. My house was just looking gross. I know it's hard to tell on camera, so I've got a few little close-ups for you so you can see what I mean. We've got dusty air vents, dirty floors, we've got sticky fingerprints everywhere. There's also an overflow of recycling that needs to be taken care of. We've got dirty dishes and dust bunnies. I just simply can't live like this. So we are taking care of it all today, and I hope that this video leaves you feeling motivated, or at the very least, I'm just a friend to hang out with for the next half hour. The first thing that I'm doing is taking out the trash. There's just nothing worse than a full trash can just stinking up the place. So we're just gonna get that out of here. We recycle as much as possible, but a lot of the times we have boxes that just don't fit into our indoor recycling bin, so they end up piling up over in this corner of the kitchen. So I'm breaking down the boxes so they'll fit into our recycling bin outside a little bit better, and then I'm also going to grab the indoor recycling bin and combine that all and bring it all outside and get it out of my house. I have been doing a ton of decluttering the last couple of months. Last week I posted a pretty great decluttering video, and I just want to say, if you guys watch my channel all the time, this right here, what you're seeing, the fact that my island was mostly cleared off is a miracle, honestly, and I owe it all to the decluttering I have been doing over the last couple of months. It's so crazy. Having less stuff really does help to minimize the mess, and I just feel like my house is much easier to tidy up now that we don't have quite so much stuff, and I've made more places for things to go. This is something I should have done like 3 weeks ago, and that is clean all of my microfiber cloths and kitchen towels and all of that stuff. They were all kind of thrown around the basement in different areas, so I had to like dig through laundry baskets to find all of them so that I could wash them. But this was driving me insane because I haven't had any cloths to clean with in several weeks, if not a month. I feel like the Christmas rush and the holidays and everything else just really got to me, and this just completely fell under the radar. But using paper towels to clean and to dry things off is just not ideal. It's also horrible for the environment, so don't worry. I'm disappointed enough in myself. You don't have to tell me. But now we are taking care of it, got those towels thrown into the wash so that at some point in this video I can switch over to using my cloths instead of the paper towels. That was a very long-winded, probably unnecessary story, but just figured I would share that with you guys. And now I'm getting my dishwasher emptied so I can then load it back up with the dirty dishes. One thing that I absolutely cannot do when Sutton is around is empty my dishwasher, because he will climb right into it, and it literally doesn't matter how many times I pick him up and take him off of it, he'll just keep doing it, and I'm so worried he's going to snap the door right off of it one of these days. There was one day where he stepped on it pretty hard and I was not able to get him in time, and I saw the door kind of like bend back way further than it should have, and I panicked that it was broken. So I just choose not to stress myself out and just wait until he's either napping, or the one day a week he goes to daycare, or if he's in bed for the night, that's when I do my dishwasher emptying. But I would love to know if you guys have kids or toddlers, especially, if you have a task that you just cannot do when they're around, and what is it and why. Whenever I post my cleaning videos, I always get comments asking how I'm so productive with kids, and I just want to say, first of all, I only film on days where I have childcare, so Carson goes to school and Sutton goes to a home daycare one day a week. But if my kids are home, it is insanely difficult to get anything done. There are a couple of things I like to do to encourage them to entertain themselves for a bit. So one of those is set them up with a craft or activity, or if my husband is home, they love playing games with him or roughhousing. As for Carson, he got an iPad for Christmas and he's been loving the app Sofa Tutor. Sofa Tutor is so kindly sponsoring today's video, so I'm excited to introduce it to you. Sofa Tutor is an online learning platform meant to improve school performance for grades K through 8. It's a safe and age-appropriate learning environment created by teachers, and there are no ads. If you have multiple children, they can all use the same account as well, which is convenient. Carson absolutely loves school and learning, but he can quickly lose interest at home without some motivation or positive reinforcement. So the Sofa Tutor learning games are perfect for him because they keep him interested with rewards and challenges. He also has had no trouble understanding how to play and use the app, so it's very easy for your child to understand. Your child can take an assessment test to test their skills and start closing knowledge gaps. And in the interactive exercises that go with the learning videos, the difficulty level is actually adjusted according to your child's interactions with the platform. So if you have a child K through 8, I would highly recommend that you download Sofa Tutor. Carson is having a ton of fun with it, and I love to see him excited about learning. Your kids will love it too. Using the link in my description box, you can try Sofa Tutor 30 days risk-free and afterwards get 60% off. So make sure that you take advantage of this generous offer from Sofa Tutor, and thank you once more to Sofa Tutor for sponsoring this week's video. I needed to wash my cat's food dishes, and one of the ways I like to do that is to stick all of their food dishes and everything into the sink with a dishwasher pod, not a laundry pod, a dishwasher pod, so it's safe. Fill up the sink with hot water and let it all soak to kind of like sanitize it and just get all of the dried on food off. My cats eat a wet food that is not like shredded, it's like a hard block. I don't really know how to explain it. And it just dirties up their dishes so fast, and if I don't clean them every day, it dries on like cement. So this was a day where I just really needed to let their dishes soak because it had really dried on there and it was hard for me to scrub off, and I just don't enjoy scrubbing their dishes. They eat tuna, it smells bad, you know, so I stick it in the sink to soak for a while, and while that is going, I'm going to clean off the stovetop. I am still very much into the pink stuff for cleaning my stovetop. I think it just works the best and it makes it look so shiny and streak-free when it's all done. So I recently got my hands on a Simple Human paper towel holder, which I've wanted for so long, but it seemed like such a silly purchase because it is pretty pricey. But I will say, now that I've had it for a couple weeks, I would buy it again. I really like it. It's so sturdy on my counter, so when I rip off a paper towel, it doesn't just like go flying, it stays in place. And the coolest part is that it comes with an all-purpose cleaner that goes right in the center, so you can easily just pick up your all-purpose cleaner, spray your countertops, grab a paper towel. It's all right there in one, if that makes sense. And the all-purpose cleaner is refillable. You just get little tablets that they sell, fill it up with water, and then you're good to go. I'm really, really enjoying it. And the cleaner smells amazing. It's actually probably the best smelling cleaner that I have in my house. I've been trying to be sparing with it because it is a very slim container there. I don't want to just use it all the time. I'm still trying to use my other cleaners, but I'm really, really enjoying it so far. And I will link it down below if you're interested in checking it out. It was not sent to me. I paid for it all by myself. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I'm just sharing it with you guys because it's something that I've really been enjoying. Now I'm just rinsing off my cat's food dishes and everything. This is so easy to do because the dishwasher pod really helps to soften up anything that was dried on. So just simply rinsing it takes everything off and you don't need to do any scrubbing, and it is so perfectly clean. I have had some questions about why I don't just put my cat's food dishes into the dishwasher along with our dishes, and that's because it just kind of grosses me out, to put it plainly. I don't eat fish. Actually, my husband doesn't either. None of us eat fish, and my cats pretty much exclusively eat tuna. And something about the thought of like their cat food tuna like being in the dishwasher along with our dishes and stuff, I don't think I'd ever be able to eat off of our dishes again. Probably sounds dramatic to some people, but that's just how I feel about it. But all that being said, because I just cleaned them in the sink, I'm giving it a really, really good scrub. Moving into the dining room, I really just want to know, are you guys proud of me? Like, look at how little clutter is on the table right now. I've been doing so well. All the clutter that was on the table was pretty much art supplies because, like I said in the last couple of videos I posted, my kids have been so into coloring. They have so much fun coloring. There's always art supplies out on our table, which does not bother me a single bit. I'm only cleaning it up right now because they weren't home, so I figured this was a perfect opportunity to just clean off the table. Now I'm sending my robot vacuum off to clean the house. I have not been able to use my robot vacuum very often for the last probably 6 months because the baby Sutton is very, very interested in what the robot vacuum is doing, and he would never let it get its cleaning done. So since he was not home, I was able to use it. Now I'm just tidying up in our living room a little bit. We had Mega Blocks everywhere that the kids had dumped out. Some of the toys were just kind of out of place, so we're just gonna fix up this area a little bit. But again, I've been doing so much decluttering lately that it really hasn't gotten too messy. Like, if you watch my channel, you've been watching my videos forever, this seems like nothing in comparison to how messy it always was in our house before. I have been trying so hard to get rid of something anytime we bring in something new, also to just decrease impulse spending, and then also going through the kids' toys before birthdays or before holidays and making sure that I'm decluttering stuff that they're no longer using. I'm also being better about keeping up with our toy rotation system. So just in general, it has really, really helped to keep the mess down. I'm just quickly tidying up this windowsill that had a couple of random things thrown on it, and then I headed out actually to the grocery store. I just walked in from the grocery store and I need to pause my robot vacuum because something is in it and it's being loud so that I can get through this. But I wanted to show you guys the stuff that I got from the store. I don't know if you find grocery hauls interesting, but I do. So also I figured we could play a little game of like guess the inflation, because these two bags, I'm not gonna say how much they were, you guys can guess in the comments below. It's just outrageous how much groceries cost. But before I show you guys what I got, I want to preface this by saying sometimes we buy all the ingredients and we make things from scratch, and then sometimes we don't. And in this case, I needed popsicles for Carson. He asked me if I could go get him popsicles today. And then I needed stuff for dinner. And actually my husband was in a car accident last night on his way home from work. Everybody's fine, nobody was hurt, but it was a bad day for him. So I wanted to get some good stuff we could have for dinner. And you know what? Last night, after that whole thing happened, we ended up door dashing dinner. We got a gift card for Christmas, so we ordered Panera, and my husband's meal was the only one they forgot to send. So like, car accident followed by forgotten meal. It was just not a good day for him. So I got stuff specifically for a dinner that he likes, so hopefully he can have a better day. All that being said, we're big fans of the Bob Evans mashed potatoes that are pre-made and microwavable. They're really good. They like taste homemade to me. I think these are the closest ones I've found to actually tasting homemade for like pre-packaged potatoes. But yeah, we're gonna have that tonight, and then we're also going to have, let me find it, we're also going to have steak tips, because that's my husband's favorite meal, is steak tips and potatoes. And then I got him 2 different types of vegetables to pick from. He likes green beans and almonds or the peas and the butter sauce. So I got both of these options for him to pick, and we can have potatoes, steak tips, and some kind of vegetable, and hopefully that makes him happy, because that's a meal that he really likes. But then another kind of like packaged food that we get a lot to like shortcut a dinner is Kevin's chicken. These are really good, and they're, I feel like, a little bit better for you than some of the other prepackaged stuff. It's paleo, whatever that means, but we really like Kevin's chicken, and it cooks really fast. And then for the kids, I got them these Purdue chicken popcorn bites. Sutton is, I've talked about this before, a very, very picky eater. He's about to be 2 this month, and his list of foods that he eats is so short. He's very difficult to feed, but sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes he likes these. So I bought them in hopes that he will eat that for dinner tonight. And then I got some ham for Carson's lunch for school. He likes having ham and cheese on like Hawaiian rolls. That's like one of his favorite lunches. And then I got some bananas. Again, Sutton's a very picky eater. Sometimes he likes bananas, and I try to get a different fruit every week and just see how he feels about it. So I'm gonna try bananas for him this week. And then I also got him rice cakes, because he does like rice cakes. So these don't have like, I mean, they're 50 calories in a rice cake. It's not like it's gonna sustain his life, but it's at least something he will eat. And then I also grabbed the kids cuties, because they like, I mean, Carson likes these, but we'll see if Sutton likes them. I'll try some on him. I honestly highly doubt that he will even take a bite. It's worth a try. And then I got the kids yogurts. I used to get Sutton the like whole milk, I think it's Stonyfield or something brand organic yogurts, and he refuses to eat those now, so he will only eat the Danimals Paw Patrol or Monkey ones, and these are absurdly expensive, so I hate buying them. But again, it's something that he will eat, and we just need to get some food into this boy. And then I got Carson popsicles. He wanted these, so got him some firecracker pops, and I, of course, always end my day with a sweet treat, so I got myself some Ben & Jerry's. So yeah, not a super healthy grocery haul here, but I've kind of explained my logic behind the things that we got, and now I'm gonna put all this away. I need to get my robot vacuum back running. I need to go see if my microfiber cloths are ready to move over into the dryer. They take, or my dryer takes forever. It was like 2 hours for this cycle for these cloths, so I need to go see if they're ready to be moved over. I want to light my candle back up. I have a whole bunch more cleaning I'd like to try to get done today before time runs out and the kids need me again. So for pretty much the rest of this video, we are just doing little things that need to be done, just kind of bouncing around the house, getting different cleaning tasks done. So I cleaned off that mirror, and now I'm going to vacuum this vent because it was very dusty, if you guys remember from the beginning of the video. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired, I'm blue, can't do nothing else than do. I'm just kind of walking around my house right now, and I feel like the robot vacuum did not really do anything. So I'm guessing that it must be jammed. So I'm gonna take a look at that. This was definitely clogged, so I'm glad that I did this, but it did kind of stink that I had run the robot vacuum and it really wasn't doing anything because it wasn't able to actually suck much up into it. But yeah, like I said earlier, the baby was very interested in the robot vacuum for a while, and he still is, so it's hard to run when he's around because he will constantly pick it up and pause it. He knows how to hit the buttons on it, so it's tricky. But I did clean it out recently because where it hasn't been being used, the whole like stand and everything that it charges on was just looking really gross. The vacuum itself was kind of gross from sticky little baby fingers. So I cleaned it out, got it ready to go. I just didn't check for clogs and it was clogged. So glad that I fixed that. And then I set it off to run again. And now we're tidying up in Sutton's room. Sutton's birthday is in less than 2 weeks when I'm recording these voiceovers, which I just can't believe he's going to be 2. It feels like it's been a lifetime since I had him, but also like I just had him yesterday. We are having his birthday party at a greenhouse, which I think is the coolest idea ever. When I saw this place, I thought it was so unique and different. They decorate the greenhouse beautifully. It's a smaller venue, so we are going to have just like a small group of family coming to his party, and they take care of pretty much everything for us as well. So it's just going to be so simple and easy for me, and the best part is I don't need to worry about cleaning my house up before a party just for it to get destroyed and then have to clean it up again after. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's not until closer to the end of the month when we actually have the party, just because of like scheduling and timing and everything. But I'm sure it's going to be such a fun day, and Sutton is going to just have the best day ever. Once I finished tidying up in Sutton's room, I moved out into the kitchen again because we had a ton of paper towels that needed to be put away. I had actually run out the day before to go grab paper towels because we were completely out. And that same exact day, an Amazon subscription for paper towels arrived that I completely forgot was coming. So we had so many paper towels. I put some away into this closet, and then I grabbed the other box that had come from Amazon and brought that down into the basement. And now we are finally folding all of these cloths and kitchen towels. I mentioned in a recent video that I picked up some microfiber cloths from Walmart, and they are quickly becoming my favorite. I just really like them. They're really big. They don't have that yucky feeling that some microfiber cloths can have, you know, when you touch it and it just gives you the creeps. I don't know if anyone else is going to understand that. I feel like a very specific group of people are going to understand what I mean, but I just cannot stand it when microfiber cloths give me that feeling. So I really like the Walmart ones. They clean up really well and they're super affordable. I think a 3-pack was like, I don't know, maybe $5. It honestly might have even been less. So I'm really enjoying those, and I will try to remember to link them in my description box down below. Here is my cleaning towel drawer, which honestly probably needs to be decluttered, but I have a hard time because, as you guys saw, I was completely out of like microfiber cloths and kitchen towels and stuff for quite some time. And I mean, maybe I should just be better about running the laundry more often or cleaning these more often. But yeah, I probably need to declutter some because it was like a puzzle trying to figure out how to make all of these fit and still have the drawer close. There were some very noticeable handprints on this fireplace insert here, so I'm wiping that down. and I'm just loving the XOXO garland. This was super, super affordable from Target, I believe, and it just looks so cute and adds such a pretty pop of color for Valentine's Day. I also wiped down the mirror, and now I'm moving on to my bedroom. It had taken me all day to get to making my bed, but we're finally doing it. And while I'm doing this, I would love to know if you guys iron your sheets. I've had quite a few comments lately telling me that I need to iron my sheets and that they could never put such wrinkly sheets on their bed. First of all, these ones are kind of like a linen feel, so I feel like linen in general is just more prone to wrinkles. But second of all, I would never iron my sheets. I don't know about you guys, but it just sounds like a lot of work for something that really doesn't have much reward. Like by the next day, they're definitely going to be wrinkled again. So I just don't honestly really see the point in taking my time to iron something that's just going to get slept in and messed up again. I have to wash our sheets constantly. I wash them like every couple days, honestly. So it just seems like a lot of work, and I truly don't have the time. Carson was home from school at this point, and I asked him if he wanted me to clean my room and film it or clean his room and film it. And he wanted me to clean my room and film it. I always try to ask him now if he wants me to film in his room. I'm not just going to go in there and like invade his space and post his like bedroom all over the internet if he doesn't want me to. So if you guys are ever wondering why you don't see me cleaning his room as often, it's not because I love the baby more, because that is definitely not true. I love them both equally. It's just because I'm trying to respect his privacy as he gets older. One thing my husband and I definitely need to do together very soon is declutter his clothes. He has a tendency to put all of his clothes like on top of this dresser and just clutter it up because he doesn't have any room for them really anywhere else, and he just has a lot of clothes that he never wears. So I'm hoping pretty soon we can do that and he'll let me film the process, because it definitely needs to be done, and you guys have been loving the decluttering lately. Now I'm just quickly using my Tinco wet dry vac to clean the floors in here. This is something that I honestly really need to move our furniture and do so that I can get a really deep clean of the floors, but just for the sake of this day, I was just kind of going around the perimeters of the room and not worrying so much about what's under the furniture, because it's really hard to get to those areas in this small room. Someday we will collide someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside just for a while. Some way we will be fine. Safe place, just you and I always. I will wait for us to collide. It's perfect, but we are perfect together. The next thing that I did was throw in a load of my laundry, and then I came upstairs and I put away all of Carson's school stuff, got whatever was left of his lunch thrown away. I put his lunch container in the sink, his lunchbox in the freezer. This lunchbox is pretty cool because you stick the whole thing in the freezer, and the whole lunchbox is an ice pack. So if you ever struggle with your kids' food staying cold, that is very, very helpful. And I'll try to remember to link that as well. And after we finish doing that, I am cleaning out the Tinco that just ran a self-cleaning cycle. That's the yucky, dirty water that came just from our bedroom, which is crazy. And then I always take it apart so I can let the brush roller dry. I used to think I had plenty of dreams and light in my life. And the last thing that I'm doing is unboxing my winter FabFitFun box. This came with some really cool stuff, so I figured I would show you guys what I was getting as I was opening things. This they did send to me, but this was obviously not sponsored by them. But I'm really excited for all the stuff that's in here. I love the FabFitFun boxes. But that is where we're going to leave off on this week's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and it gave you some cleaning motivation. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, if you enjoy cleaning and decluttering and organizing, because I have so much more coming up this year in 2024. Be sure to click the link in my description box down below to try Sofa Tutor 30 days risk-free and afterwards get 60% off. Leave me a comment with a red heart if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will see you again next week for another video.